UMAR, AHMED, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're still in CHELYABINSK, Russia. Tunde Ajayi. Firstly, most importantly, how is Anthony health-wise?
He's fine. He's next door. Um, Obviously, Anthony's, like myself, is a winner. So he's disappointed at the loss, but it's like I said to him, you never lost tonight. You know, you dared to be great, or we dared to be great. And hold your head up high. You know, it's like I say, you just got to just deal with it like a man and come back. The main thing is that we went out there with a positive mindset, you know, and we've worked hard to get to this point. And I think tonight Anthony showed he's at that level. And if there were any questions prior to that, any doubts people had in their mind about Anthony, 30 fights, you know, and let's get it right. He had Kovalev out in the 8th round. You know, we were all screaming and he come back and I was like, we got to go for it. You understand? Because we may never get this chance again. So, again, Anthony, he went out there and he tried his best. Like I just said to him, bro, we done our best. You can't do more than that. Do your best. Buddy McGurk said it. Sergey said it. He will be a champion, 100%. He's already a champion in my mind.
As you said, definitely showed that he can mix it at world level. More than that, really. Disappointing, as you said, 8th round.
Yes.
All the Warrens, myself, Bilal, everyone was jumping up and down. We thought it was done. What was going through your mind, Tunde?
I was like, let's get this guy out of here. We got to finish him. You know, all the hard work. I said it in the corner. I said, come on, man, you know, everything, and just give everything. You know, I said, I think I can move on saying our families, everything, you know. I said it in it. I said, our families, we put everything on the line for this moment. And he tried. He gave it his best. And because Anthony has the same mentality as we all have, you know, he's just a bit disappointed. But listen, nobody thought we would be here, and we're here. You know, let's get it right. We're not talking about Southern area level, British Commonwealth. This is the world level.
And Sergey Kovalev.
And Sergey, the number one in the division. And a young man who's been working with me from the start, you know, mixed it at that level. With the training. With his own self-belief. With his own heart. We done everything our way. And we got here. And even the young ones that came out here, Derice, Bilal, you know, they've seen what it takes. And knowing Anthony, and no, I wouldn't even say work harder. Because if you look at the two fighters tonight, you can't say, oh, there was some special golf in class. It's like basically Anthony, you know, he got tired towards, I think the 10th round.
10th round.
The 10th round, yeah, he got tired, you know, and there's no shame in that. You know, what were people saying? It was going to be early and everything like that. But we kept that same mindset, that same positivity. You know, and we was like, we're going to out him in the first. You know, so it's not a case of, you know, people may say, oh, you know, what kind of instructions? Listen, I've always said, you don't teach someone something on the night. You revise for the exam and then you take the exam. We know what motivates us. So we, you know, was like, come on, man, lions in the camp. You understand? We were screaming because you hear it. That's the motivation. You know, and we ain't never going to stop. we just can't stop. We're at this level now. And he done himself proud. Done us all proud.
Absolutely. Tunde, being brutally honest, was it just down to experience tonight?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I said, there's experience and there's education, you know, and you gotta take your hat off to Sergey. You know, you gotta take he called on that experience, and he needed to call on that experience because he was in the shut the door, please. Yeah, he was in there with a young lion who was hungry, and I guess, you know, you can't get over that experience factor. But we felt we were adequately prepared for it. And again, I say it, it wasn't like a golfing class. Like you couldn't say, oh yeah, he was. Anthony was fighting in there. He was mixing it in there. He was hurting him,
Trading off.
trading with him. It was that thing. It was toe to toe. It was a. I mean, I can't wait to watch the tape, but just my immediate reactions is like, I just don't feel that he let himself down. It's just that we never got the W. He's a warrior, but tonight the W that he wanted, it was a winner, and that's something that we all have to deal with as a team. But we're not hiding from nothing. No way. We're still gonna Shake Shack. We're still gonna stay positive.
100%.
You're still gonna hear Tunde on social media, being positive, talking positive, inspiring young people and old people, and that's what we do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think tonight, as you said, and going back, it was just that he's been doing what he's been doing for longer than us, in terms of the trade. But who do you know with so little experience that has ever mixed it at this level, at this stage of their career? Buddy McGirt said I think he had 30 fights before he had his first L. It made him a better fighter. I don't actually think like that. We've never thought like that. We ain't talking about L's. We've never thought like that. But it's another learning curve for us. You understand? We all got to now see what we're made of. How we are going to respond. And that's the test. That's always the test for people who say they want something. And when you get taken down a peg, are you going to keep going forward? Trust me, tonight I'm studying. I ain't taking no week off or nothing like that. I'm back on it because I know we never done nothing wrong. We didn't. We just come up a little bit short, and there's no shame there.
He's had 16 world title fights, I think, now.
16. Almost more title fights than Anthony's had fights, period.
Yeah.
Amateur and pro. Just half.
In the 8th round, we saw Anthony get inside the jab, get under the jab.
Yes.
And he was unbelievable in that round. Rest of the fight, Sergey was landing that jab a lot. Do you think that was a difference tonight? Just peppering Anthony with a jab?
Yeah, I don't know about peppering, but he had a good jab.
He does have a good jab.
He had a good jab. And, our game plan before the fight was to pull the jab. But I think when you get in situations, again, it's all experience. We was in an environment where the crowd, nobody was with us. So we had to learn as a team to block that out. And I think you saw at the beginning, we were all around Anthony. We were all focused on Anthony. But the plan was to pull the jab, even in the changing room before the fight. That's what was working on, pull the jab. But it's about executing the game plan. And I think that comes more with experience. The more Anthony does it. And what is experience? It's just time. That's what it is. It ain't, oh yeah. Because in terms of the boxing IQ and the skill level, even Buddy McGirt said he shocked him. He just didn't think somebody with that limited experience could have that skill level. But that's the teaching.
Now, I already know the answer to this question, but people will want me to ask. You said throughout the journey that Anthony's unbeatable. It doesn't go through your mind. You don't regret any of your comments, do you?
How can you? This is what I'm trying to say. You people must think I'm going to start floundering or changing what I say. Why would I? Are you perfect?
Absolutely no one's perfect.
Is the people saying those things, those comments, not that I've met any of them, but are they perfect? Are they here? Did they stand firm and bold and take an opportunity that we did? They never. So why would I actually focus on people like that? Anthony done well tonight. And why wouldn't you want to be with someone that is with you 100%, that believes in you 100%, that believes you are Superman? We know life is up and down, inside and outside the ring. So it's like, I wouldn't in my mind, Anthony's still unbeatable because it's a spirit. You know, are you gonna break his spirit? No, you're not. That's physical. You know, and we deal with the spiritual and God don't make mistakes.
Now, I know the experience in Russia was actually very good, but what Brit comes to Russia? Let's be honest.
This is what I'm trying to say. This young man done the unbelievable tonight. You know, he took the risk, you know, because it's a risk for me, it's a risk for Ade, it's a risk for the whole team. But, you know, Anthony's the one in the ring. Although you've heard me say I'm in there with Ant, I was in there with Ant, believe me. You know, but physically, Anthony's in there on his own. Spiritually, the whole team's in there with him. So it's like, I'm just happy for Ant. I'm happy. And the messages of well wishes are flooding in already and support.
I've seen on Twitter.
It's because he done everything. There's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of other than the fact we didn't get the W, you know, which is important, you know, especially when you don't even have that mindset or concept of losing. We don't think like that, you know. And did we lose? I don't think we did. Remember, I've said all along, there is a positive and a negative in everything. Nothing can exist without both sides. So the job now for us is to go back and look for those positives of this fight and not focus on the negatives, even though there wasn't that much negative.
Will you address those negatives though?
But what I mean, listen, what negatives are there?
Well, you said there was a couple of negatives. So.
I wouldn't, to me, I said to Ant, it was just that you got tired. I can't say he never boxed well. You can't say that. You can't say that, you know, Sergey done anything that was, do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, this is where it's the skill and the experience, you know, and that's why you gotta be honest and say that, yes, those that said experience is gonna play a factor, yes, they were right, but not in the way that they thought the experience was going to play a factor. Because if experience was so key, and as some people were saying, Anthony's a C-class fighter going up against an A-class fighter, how did he almost have him out there in the 8th round? Why was the fight close? It's because Anthony is well-schooled and he wants it, and it was his heart bringing him through. You know, I think, from round 8, it was his heart. It was all. That's why it ain't, let's start. You know what, let's use the jab. It weren't that type of fight after the 8th round. It was motivation. You know, Lions, come on, and let's do it. Let's go. And I don't think any one of our team is really upset. That's what we're upset that we never won, you understand? But who cares about the negative comments? Who cares? If we cared about the negative comments, we wouldn't even be here. The people talking negative are watching us. We ain't watching them. They're watching us. So, I'm a winner. Tunde Ajayi is a winner. Ade is a winner. Bilal's a winner. Darius is a winner. Steve's a winner. Anthony is a winner. And it's a mindset. It's a mentality. And we just got to not go back to the drawing board, but just keep the journey going. Don't stop. It ain't, let's work on something specific, or we should have used it. No, man, it ain't nothing like that. It just wasn't that type of thing. You know, like, you can see a fight and you just see total outclass, like different levels.
Billy Joe Lemieux, a bit like that.
That type of level, you know? But it wasn't that. That wasn't the case here tonight. It was just, you know, you was in there with a Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year, 2013, 2015, and that little bit showed tonight.
Tunde, last question, because I know you got a flight at 5 a.m, right?
Yep.
Which is like 3 hours.
Yep.
Right, we saw him badly hurt in the 10th, Anthony.
Yes.
Was there any thoughts of pulling him out?
No. Frank said it to me. I know, and he would have never forgiven me. You know, it wasn't like he was getting beaten up. You know, like sometimes when when a fighter's getting beaten up, and then the fighter comes back to the corner. For me, it was just Ant was tired. You understand? And it was the fatigue. It wasn't the fact that he was getting beaten up for. I mean, you watched the fight. Was it a case of him getting beaten up throughout the fight?
No, absolutely not.
It wasn't. You know, it was. Do you understand? It was like so. I mean, Frank. Sometimes you can't see as well as the people sitting on the outside. And that final round, Frank said to me, you know, if Anthony had come back, he said he didn't want to say, but he was going to say maybe, you know, pull him out of the fight. But it is what it is. You know, Anthony went out, you know, and he'll come again.
We hope so. Tunde Ajayi, appreciate your time in a really epic fight it was tonight.
It was, but this is going down. You know, it's going down as one of the greats. It was a great fight. You know, one that...
and fair play to Sergey as well.
You have to. And that's why, you know, Sergey, he's lived boxing. You heard him at the press conference. He said that he didn't even used to go out. You know, he was on a boxing camp. All these things, although you don't hear me talking about him, there's a reason why we're at the top of the sport. Because we study boxing. We live boxing. We just want people to see the positive side. Let people see that you don't have to be in some military type pose every time you walk into the gym. You know, live your life, but focus on your profession. You know, and we done that. We knew the task at hand. We knew that, you know, it's not a joke business. And we gave everything. And again, tomorrow's Sunday. Well, today's Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah. Sunday now, yeah.
It's Sunday now. You know, and we'll come again. I ain't, and I know Ant ain't. All Anthony's like, oh, Unks, my eyes, man. Look, man, my eyes are looking. I look like I've been in a fight, innit? And I'm like, oh, we was in a rockers tonight. You understand? But Anthony is a fighter. You know, I'm the teacher. You know, everybody has their role to play. You know, trainers. So when you say you're a fighter, you fight. You know, if you're a teacher, you study hard, you work hard diligently, and you know, so that when you get to that point, there's no excuses. And tonight, there's no excuses.
All right, Tunde, thanks for all your time on IFL this week. It's been a great experience in Russia. And I'll see you back at the Peacock Gym.
Absolutely.
Top man, thank you.
Yes, sir.